they've been putting posts on Facebook. I don't know how people come up with this stuff. It says, whatever song was number one, I guess the week you were born when you were 7 years old is going to be your 2021. So I looked it up all the way back to 1983. In April of that year, the week that I was born, the number one song, Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. That's my 2021. Anyway, I loved Michael Jackson as a kid. I remember going over and listening to the new Thriller album when I was a little kid. I remember the videos when I was old enough to start watching those, and loved Michael Jackson. And I wanted to dance like Michael Jackson. So every kid back then had old clothes, like old church clothes. For me, as a preacher, I got plenty of old church clothes. And I happened to have some black shoes. If you don't know Michael Jackson's reference, won't do you any good. But I happened to have some black church shoes and, of course, some white socks and some black dress pants that was too short because they were too small. So I found a way to button them things, got my socks sticking out, found a glove, a white glove, and I don't know what I was wearing. But I'm in the privacy of my bedroom, right? And I am jamming and dancing and playing keyboard and all that. And then I hear my dad laughing outside the window. And he's brought a guy from church over to watch me try to be Michael Jackson. And I was embarrassed, to say the least. I'm Zach. This is The Average Christian, a project simply about what it means to have a relationship with God, how to live that out in practical terms, and we're talking about Christian accountability. Speaking of accountability, when you and I are alone, it's some of the worst time. Now, you think about it right now. What are some of the temptations that grab you and tear at you that Satan uses while you're alone when you think no one else is watching and no one else has seen? And you and I have those secrets, right, that nobody else knows about, things that we've done. And I want us to remember at least a couple of passages. In Psalm 33, look, this is not the foundational gist of God being around us and seeing all and having all knowledge and so forth. It's not used as a threat toward us. But at the same time, there is passages like Psalm 33 and verse 13. The Lord looks down from heaven. He sees all the children of man. From where he sits enthroned, he looks out on all the inhabitants of the earth, he who fashions the hearts of them all and observes all their deeds. I'm going back now to Hebrews chapter 4 and verse 11 in just a moment. But I think about an embarrassing time like that, an embarrassing moment, or when you thought you were whispering so someone couldn't hear you and they heard you. I think of Adam and Eve in the garden when they had just eaten the fruit and they're engulfed in their shame. And then God comes walking and they go hiding because they're ashamed. We do need to think about God being there at all times as a sense of comfort, but also realize I am never alone, meaning I always am accountable. God always knows whatever it is I might be doing, whatever it is I might be looking at, whatever it is I might be saying, even thinking in my own head. God is aware of all of that. And I would do better. Let me give you another illustration. I am a jeweler. And I was at work one time and we ordered in some small sapphires and they come in a little package and it was laid at my bench and I couldn't find them, like 30 of them. And if Mark or Chris are watching this, well, Chris ain't going to laugh too much, but Mark will get a kick out of it. But anyway, we can't find these anywhere. They came in. Mark says he knows he laid them at my desk. So we go back and watch video because we have cameras around the store. We go back and watch video and there's big dumb Zach eating something, talking to somebody else, picks up the bag with the sapphires in it, looks at it, I guess I figured it was empty, and went over and threw it in the trash, which has now been taken out and gone for good. But in that moment, you sit and watch yourself and you realize how much time you were wasting and what you were doing and not paying attention. And God sees that all the time. In Hebrews chapter 4 and verse 11, let us therefore strive to enter that rest so that no one may fall by the same sort of disobedience. And then he starts talking about the word of God, how it opens us up. This is part of the reason why so many people have trouble with the Bible, because it tells you, it's a mirror and it reflects who you really are and who I really am. For the word of God is living and active, sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing to the division of the soul and of spirit, of joints and of marrow, and discerning the thoughts and intentions of the heart. Now the last verse. And no creature, in verse 13, is hidden from his sight, but all are naked and exposed to the eyes of him to whom we must give an account. God always sees. And it's good for me to remember that I'm never alone. I'm never getting away with anything. It's never unseen or unheard because God is always with me. Again, not the foundational principle, but still a side note to remember that God is there. And in those times when I'm alone and I think nobody's listening, nobody's watching, those are the times I need to remember that I'm with God, God is with me, and I'm still accountable. And at judgment, all of this will be revealed, especially if I'm not in a relationship with God or a faithful relationship. It's all going to be revealed. I'll be held accountable for all of it. So I hope this helps you to think about how you live every day, especially in those moments when you're by yourself and Satan knows he can probably do some of his worst damage. Thank you for being with us today. If you're on YouTube watching this and you have not yet subscribed, please hit this button below. Help us out with the channel, please. And also, if you want to see what was released last week, it's over here. What YouTube recommends is in this corner. Our podcast listeners, we thank you for listening as well. We're asking you to subscribe, rate, and review. Everyone, please support the channel. Go to the averagechristian.net/Patreon and see how you can support us there and also share this with other people.